Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. After a traffic stop where he tried to rob a black man of $900, Officer Henry Chapman was taken into custody on March 14th and charged with 1 count of embezzlement in Charlotte, North Carolina. I ain't got no problem with that, but some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. Family, this dude is the worst of the worst. Imagine being a drug dealer, if you will. Just imagine. And people caring more about you and your activities than the person who is supposed to enforce the law and punish you for your deeds, your activities. The person who will oftentimes plant drugs and rob the so-called suspects, the so-called good guy, the boys in blue, the one with the badge and the gun and all of the authority. The ones who are oftentimes unhinged dope fiends. Yeah, alcoholics, women beaters, thieves, robbers, killers, and law enforcement. And when they get caught up, the cops are not overzealous about bringing them in. They're not excited at all. In fact, their actions provoke a rather somber response from their colleagues. I wonder why. Because that's exactly what happened in this situation. When this uncivilized mutt was caught with his hand in the cookie jar, his colleagues were like, yeah, man, had their heads dropped. I mean, everything was going on except the sad music playing in the background. They were really sad for him. So here's the deal, fam. So dude gets pulled over and he immediately hears the cop popping a rubber band on his money. He said he was separating, he had 2 stacks, and dude popped the band to separate the money. And he's fidgeting around in the car, and the dude is telling the other cop, hey man, he got my money. The cop is sitting inside of the car. Dude is standing outside of the car with the other officers. And he's telling the other cops, he stole my money. He's trying to steal my money. And they're like, well, how much is? He's trying to steal my money. Stop him. Look at him. He's right there. So finally they tell this bum to get out of the car. When he stepped out of the car, the money is inside of the door panel and wrapped in the receipt that he had. I think he said he went to Wendy's or something like that, some type of fast food place. But the receipt was wrapped around the money. And then so they pull the money out and the cop goes, well, it's not my money. It was like the first time that he actually told the truth in his life. This uncivilized mutt should have been put down. This dude was allowed to resign, fam. Do you understand what that means? That means that the pension is still in play. He can just go to another department. He can go to another county. He can go to another city, wherever state, and do the exact same thing again. And you know he's going to do it because it's in his blood. That's right, I said it. It's in his blood. He's an uncivilized mutt, not worthy of serving and being around the civilized. And he got other colleagues who are the exact same way. That is why they were not really intentional about arresting him. Boy, you could tell the look on their faces. They hated to take that gun off of him. This uncivilized mutt, the sad thing, fam, is that he's going to do it again to somebody else. When it's us, it's suspect did this, that, and the third. When it's them, it's police officer allegedly accused. Now, allegedly my ass. Oh, we saw it. He straight up tried to steal that man's money. It was not alleged. And so that's for you people out there in the media talking that alleged stuff. This ain't no situation where you got to use alleged to protect yourself from a false statement. No. We saw it with our own eyes. This uncivilized mutt tried to take that man's money. And the only thing that I didn't like about the way dude handled himself is he apologized to the uncivilized mutt. He said, man, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to, I think he said like get you in trouble or something like that. I ain't trying to. It really chaps my hide when I hear specifically black people apologizing to their antagonist or their oppressor or their violator. It really runs me hot when they call them sir and ma'am and yes sir, no ma'am. This uncivilized mutt took an oath to serve and protect the people of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he stole from one of his citizens. This is why you cannot trust the word of a police officer in a court of law solely based on the fact that he or she is a police officer. They are people. They get sick. They die. They cry. They experience depression. They are liberals. They're conservatives. They're Christians. They're atheists. They smoke. They drink. They become emotional. They gamble. They lie to protect their friends and to cover their own asses. You know what needs to happen now, right? They need to go back and investigate every single case he's ever had, because I'm sure this ain't his first time stealing. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock that uncivilized mutt up. No more talk.